Hi everyone, how are we today? Just doing a quick all signs, following up on the weekly readings, looking at some stuff going on for you during July. So this is going to be looking at what is your biggest challenge in July that you will be facing. So, a little bit more confronting today, but relatively quick messages. We hope. See how we go. But please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I know I sound like a broken record, guys, but it really does help me keep the channel going. Being such a small, non-monetized channel, I really do rely on everyone's support. So every single like, comment, and subscribe, it really does mean the world to me. So thank you. I will be using the Yin Yang Oracle as well as the Blackbird lenormand today, and sort of, as always, taking timestamps, starting off with Aries today, but also, I do want to just apologize in advance for any coughing or sniffling or anything like that. My sinus issues are ongoing, and this winter in Australia is actually like super cold, so it's not really helping the situation. Okay, but getting into it for you today, like I said, starting off with Aries. Okay, Aries, what's Aries' biggest challenge in July? Aries' biggest challenge in July, please. Okay. Okay, so I'm not really seeing okay, so I've drawn 3 for you here, Aries, which, it's not necessarily coming through as, anything hugely challenging for you this month. We do have the air signs coming through, so there may be, a challenging relationship with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone with one of those placements. We do also have the higher self, the activation energy. So, there may be a bit of a struggle for you this month when it comes to activation and moving forward with being in connection with your higher self. So you may be sort of really struggling to get in touch with the more spiritual, heart stuff this month, the emotional stuff where your intuition is kind of leading you. You might be finding yourself very stuck in your head, that kind of thing, and just finding it hard to sort of continue on with the self-development stuff, the self-growth, healing, those kinds of things, being in touch with what's actually for my highest good. You may be feeling very drawn this month to doing things that you kind of know aren't really in your best interests, but you're still kind of repeating patterns and cycles and things like that. So there may be a bit of a challenge for you in that aspect this month, where you are sort of noticing that you're just sort of really struggling to, turn back onto that forward sort of momentum path of, doing what is actually the best thing for you in the long run here. We do also have the autumn harvest energy. Okay, so I do read the seasons as my own. So, autumn has just passed here. So there may have been something that has sort of started to change for you, during autumn. So what's that? It's April, May, and no, March, April, May. Okay, there may have been, something that has happened, something that has sort of, you've tried to, harvest some sort of higher good energy for yourself, and you kind of come into a bit of a standstill this month with it. I'm kind of feeling there may have been something that's happened in those, past couple of months that have made you kind of feel as though you've come to, a bit stuck energy now, trying to move forward through that. It's kind of feeling like a very, very seasonal energy here, that something may have started in autumn, and now that we're in winter here in Australia, it's kind of this like you're frozen in place kind of energy at the moment, and you're kind of feeling like you don't know how to thaw out is what I'm getting drawn to here. But I'll clarify with the lenormand. Aries' biggest challenge in July. Aries, biggest challenges in July. Okay, so straightforward here, Aries. I am seeing sort of kind of different challenges, but this is all related to doing what's in your highest good and you sort of fighting against that at the moment. We do have the snake, so there's a bit of self-deception going on for you during July where you're sort of deceiving yourself about something that you are actually truly passionate about, because we do also see here the letter and the stars, so communication and, following your wishes and following your dreams here, wishing upon a star and kind of feeling like your wishes are falling flat at the moment, because you're kind of deceiving yourself that you're telling yourself, I don't desire this communication. I don't, that's not my wish. You kind of, deceiving yourself a little bit about that, because, there's something about, something is in your highest good, or something, your intuition is trying to push you, towards a certain wish or desire that you have. You probably have a lot of passion and desire. That desire is also a key word with the snake here as well. You may be feeling a lot of sexual desire towards someone, and you're really trying to deny it and trying to, force yourself to not communicate that, to hold back and sort of, no, I'm just going to avoid that at the moment. I kind of feel you are doing here, Aries. So for some of you, it may definitely have to do with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements as well. Okay, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, and we will move on over to Taurus. Make sure you subscribe as well, guys. Okay, Taurus. Biggest challenges for Taurus in July. Taurus's biggest challenges in July, please. Okay, so we are seeing here the lack and doubts card for you, Taurus. Straight away, I'm seeing what that is in regard to, which is your ego, your vanity, and your pride. Okay, so you're really feeling a lack of ego this month, feeling because vanity and pride can be a kind of negative energy by themselves anyway, if it goes too far. But you're kind of like lacking pride at the moment, lacking and really doubting yourself, and it seems to be based in your ego, and your external stuff here, Taurus, that you're really doubting yourself, and your self-esteem does seem to be very correlated to your external appearance this month. There may be something going on for you, I'm just kind of getting a lot of you may be having, rashes or, skin conditions flaring up, like me, sinus issues, allergies, those sorts of things. And it's kind of just really making you, lose your confidence a little bit in your external self. So some of you, things like, you may have put on a little bit of weight and things like that. And it's really, bringing you down and making you really doubt yourself. And it's, you're taking it very inwardly, but it's an external thing. So for some of you are kind of feeling a lack of, feeling like you're pretty enough, you're skinny enough, you're tall enough, short enough, big enough, whatever it is for you. It's a lack of, I'm not this enough, I'm not that enough, and just it affecting your self-esteem a little bit here during July, Taurus. So really, really be careful of that. But we'll have a look with the lenormand as well. Okay. Taurus's biggest challenges during July. What is Taurus's biggest challenge in July, please? Definitely your emotions getting stirred up here. So that self-worth stuff, self-esteem stuff, it's stirring up your emotions quite heavily this month. Really, really making you feel that self-doubt energy coming through very strongly here, in a very emotional way. So, I would be very careful, to really do things this month to combat that and combat your emotions, those sorts of things. We do also see the clover here. Okay, so For some of you, there may be a bit of a risk with like investments and things like that as well. So it does feel like that, it's kind of feeling like it's coming from that emotional upset. So it's like you feel like, oh, I'm really doubting myself this week. I'm having these self-esteem issues. My emotions are getting stirred up, and then I'm going to go out and, because I'm in a low emotional state, then you're finding yourself going out and, engaging in kind of risky behaviors financially. So things like, gambling and in making bad investment decisions and, those sorts of things. I do feel as though you may just be finding yourself very prone to spending more money than you should be this month, and, taking some risks with the money that you're spending. So really, really pay attention to that here, Taurus. It's coming from your emotions. It's not, this way that you're taking risks with your money. It's all stemming from your emotions and your lack, your doubts within yourself. So you kind of need to get to the core of the issue to stop yourself from, wasting money, gambling, those sorts of things. Okay, so just be very wary of making investments and gambling this month as well. Not your best month for those sorts of behaviors. Okay, Taurus. But you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we'll move over to Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Biggest challenges for Gemini in July. What is Gemini's biggest challenges in July, please? Okay, Gemini. Okay, so we do straight away see the main challenge for you this month is your energy and your self-care, the way that you're looking after yourself this month. You may totally forget to pay yourself attention this month, Gemini. So, it's very, very important for you to not allow yourself to fall into low energy, and really make sure that you are very conscious of self-care, and not allowing those self-care routines to sort of lapse, and where you are sort of giving too much energy to others rather than making sure you keep a little bit to yourself here. There is another big challenge here for you, Gemini, which comes in the form of fate. All right, we have detours, divine intervention, the fate card here. Something big, something abrupt happening out of nowhere, throwing you off balance. It's kind of like something that's kind of fated to happen, some sort of divine intervention that is going to happen this month. And it's going to feel like it's throwing you off course. And that may be very, very muchly the same sort of time where it's like, this has thrown me off course so much. That's probably when you need to look after yourself the most, when you're feeling sort of off kilter. So really pay attention to your self-care if something, does sort of go awry this month. Definitely needing to pay attention to yourself and put yourself back on course. Fate's going its own way. You need to make sure that you can handle that through, through your self-care at this time, Gemini. Okay, biggest challenges for Gemini in July. Okay, I don't like seeing this. Firstly, we have the fish, okay, which is abundance, wealth, money. Okay, Gemini. So for some of you, that may be what that intervention is, that detour, something throwing you off your path. You may be sort of, I'm kind of just getting drawn to the feeling that there's probably something that you have actually been saving up for or planning to buy, and something is going to throw you off course from being able to actually go ahead and do that. Because what I'm actually seeing here too, I'm not seeing the mouse card, which would actually, talk about, theft as such. But we do have the bear, followed by the heart here. So I feel as though, what is going to happen here, Gemini, is this challenge is that you're going to, I feel like it's diverting the money. It's like whatever you're wanting to save up for and put money towards, you're not going to be able to do that because because you're going to be putting that money elsewhere. Okay, which you know, the bear is very nurturing, mama bear type energy. It is very protective, and you know, looks after the loved ones. So I do, especially with the heart there too. So I do feel as though for a lot of you, you are going to be you know, maybe giving some money or paying for something for a loved one, you know, and that is going to kind of take priority for you this month. You know, especially too when I was talking about that self-care energy, saying that you're putting a lot of energy into others this month, and we're definitely seeing that here as well, that you're nurturing you know, others this month, and you're putting, you know, it looks like you're putting financial into, you know, the heart, that someone that you love unconditionally. It may be a child, it may be a close family member, those sorts of things. You feel very protective of this person, and so you're putting your, you know, you putting your money where your mouth is, Gemini, and backing this person up, supporting this person, standing strong and tall to help support this person, maybe even financially. All right. But make sure you do look after yourself, even while that's going on, because I do feel as though that's kind of what's throwing you off your path here. Somebody around you is having that divine intervention, something happening unexpectedly that you're kind of maybe needing to sink a little bit of money into to help support this person. Okay, so just be aware of that, Gemini. You know, so you know, maybe save a little bit extra to what you thought you would be saving, because it will be going somewhere you weren't planning on it to go. Okay, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, guys, and we will move on to our Cancer. Okay, Cancer. Biggest challenge for Cancer in July. What's the biggest challenge Cancer is facing in July, please? Ooh, Cancer. Disharmony triggers conflict. Okay, so you are going to be having some sort of conflict. You know, something is triggering you a little bit here during July, or should I say someone. Okay, we have the Twin Flames card coming out with that. So you may be, you know, it may not even be the person directly triggering you. There may be something, you know, just within yourself that, you know, the thinking about this twin flame connection is creating triggers and conflict just within yourself. So, you know, we all know, anyone that knows anything about the twin flame journey, there's a lot of disharmony and conflict triggers all in amongst that journey anyway. So, you know, but I do feel that for a lot of you, there is, you know, maybe an outright conflict with somebody, you know, and at least one of you, I'm not sure whether it's you or this other person, Cancer, feels as though this is a twin flame connection. For others of you, I don't feel as though it is actually a twin flame connection. I do feel for some of you, this may be a karmic connection that is presenting as a twin flame connection. So, you know, and that maybe is what is causing the conflict, not knowing whether this is a full soulmate connection or not. Okay, Cancer. Biggest challenge for Cancer in July, please. Relatively straightforward here. So we are seeing the birds, which is generally a conversation. So I am feeling that for a lot of you, that's where this conflict is happening, that it's not so much a conversation, it's more along the lines of an argument. Okay, so you may be having an argument with somebody which is stirring you up. We have the stork and then the garden here. It's kind of stirring you up to I'm kind of getting that for a lot of you, this argument that you're having with somebody, or this conflict, this tension, this disharmony, it's stirring up within one of you. It's stirring up the need for you to, you know, go and date others, is what I'm kind of getting. Go elsewhere. Go and spend time with friends. You know, I am getting that for some of you. It's you know, it's that vibe of, because we see the stork is stirring shit up, basically. The conversation stirring something up. And what we're seeing it stirring up here and resulting in is this garden energy, which is events, which is social life, which is dating. So for some of you, it's kind of this fighting is stirring you up to go and start dating other people. For others of you, it's kind of like, okay, well, if they're gonna just fight with me, I'm just gonna, I'm hearing like for the boys, I'm gonna go and hang out with my friends and ignore this romantic interest, and go elsewhere, basically in some shape or form here. It is stirring up also the need to compromise, but I am feeling that with such a conflicting kind of energy that that compromise will be actually maybe unable to be reached during July here. Maybe if it is possible, like I feel like you're just getting away from the situation rather than facing that and trying to compromise, because or you're unwilling to compromise, and that's why it's coming in that way, Cancer. So stand your ground if that's the case, but it does feel as though your biggest challenge this month may very well be some sort of verbal argument, or a conversation that gets a bit out of hand, that creates some sort of conflict within you. Okay, so be aware of that, Cancer. But you're more than welcome to check your other placements, maybe get a bit more info about what's going on there. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel as well, and we will move on over to our Leos. Okay, Leo. Biggest challenge. Sorry, Leo. Biggest challenges for Leo in July. Just that cough just sent my voice really deep for a second there. Okay, biggest challenge for Leo in July. Oh, okay. I just saw this same card for Cancer. So some of you may be on the cusp. But we do have, my goodness, my nose. We have the Remember the Awakening card. Okay, so there's something you're forgetting. There's something that you're forgetting. And for a lot of you, it's a lesson that you've learned in other lifetimes, or a lesson that you've learned, earlier on in your life. And you kind of know better, I kind of feel here, Leo, and you're kind of forgetting the message. You're forgetting that this behavior results in that behavior, and or this, that kind of thing. So there is a need to it's kind of, because it's you're blocking the whole wake up, like, because the Awakening card, it would normally be like, oh, you're waking up to seeing the truth, whereas you're blocking that energy at the moment. So you're kind of like, rather than remembering, you're forgetting something here. Rather than awakening, you're kind of sleeping on something. And what that results in here for you, we have disharmony, triggers, and conflict. Okay, so there is going to be some sort of disharmony here during July. It feels like for a lot of you here, Leo, that you're forgetting something. You're forgetting that every time I say that to this person, it turns into a fight. So why did I just say it to that person? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know how this goes, but for some reason you're forgetting and you do it anyway. And you know this pattern. You already know this, and you're sort of just getting drawn back into that conflict all over again here, Leo. Okay, but we'll have a look with the lenormand as well. Biggest challenge for Leo in July. So yeah, it was Cancer that just had that disharmony card as well. So for some of you, you may be, out and out having an argument with a Cancer, or like I said, you may have strong Cancer placement, or be on the cusp yourself. We do have the key. We also have the tree. So, this is straight away where you're closing the door on something that you've already learned. This is something you've already healed from, something that you've already learned. you already know this. You're forgetting, and you've kind of shut the door on that. I am getting also that for some of you, when you do have this conflict, there is literally going to be some slamming doors. It's kind of like you've closed off to an opportunity. The key does talk about opportunities that normally would be opening up to you, but you're closing off to an opportunity. I feel like for a lot of you, the opportunity is to deal with something in a different way. That you've already healed from this. You already know this, but you're closing yourself off to trying it in a new way, and you're just trying it the same old way that you know results in conflict. Okay, the reason we're seeing that you're doing this, we have the bear here. It's your boundaries, Leo. You've got your boundaries up way too high, and or for some of you, you may be, somebody may be just crossing your boundaries a little bit here, and it's the way that you're reacting to that. Because with the bear here, someone crosses your boundaries, and what your reaction is, Leo, is you're pretty much like ripping their face off. They get too close to something, and you rear up and rip their face off. The bear is supposed to be protective, but you're actually being very defensive about something here. And it's something that I hate to say it, Leo, but you know better. You really do. You know better than to say this or do this, and you're doing it anyway. So be very aware of that. This is going to, it feels like it is going to be a big challenge for you to not react like that this month. Okay, Leo. So I do really feel that for a lot of you, it's your reaction to something. And you know that if you react this way, it's going to happen like this and this, and it's going to result in, a fight, I feel, for a lot of you, an argument, that kind of thing. So, you know better, Leo. You know that if you react in that manner, so you're really going to need to control your reactions this month. Okay, so that is going to be a big challenge for you. Good luck with that, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements and see if you can get a bit more info about what might be going on there. Please subscribe to the channel as well, and we are going to move on over to Virgo. Virgo, biggest challenge for Virgo in July. Biggest challenge for Virgo in July, please. We have trust, which is the divine timing card. You're really going to struggle this month with just trusting that things are going to work out the way that you want them to, Virgo. That you're going to be very impatient as well with that divine timing card. It's very much like, I want it and I want it now. And I'm really struggling that if I can't get that right now, I'm really going to be struggling to trust that I will get that at all. So it's kind of, you're trying to rush something. You're trying to control the outcome of something here. And it's kind of really making you very, very impatient this month. We do also see the party, the external energy coming through as a challenge for you this month. So I'm kind of getting that as temptation, Virgo, the temptation for you to, I'm getting for a lot of you, it's like reliving your wild child era, or blaming things on other people, blaming things external to you rather than taking the blame. You're trying to control all these other things, and it's like, I'm getting quite heavily for a lot of you, temptation to, go outside of your own life in some way here. I'm just going to clarify that first before we get an overall message with the lenormand. Clarify the party external card for Virgo's challenge. We have the wish card here, the stars. You're putting a lot of it kind of feels like you're, because that clarifying that external energy, it's like, your wishes, your desires, you're telling yourself that your desires lay outside of yourself, that your true desires, you know, your ability to stay hopeful and optimistic relies on other people. No, like your dreams coming true, somehow you're telling yourself that it relies on other people because you're not trusting the universe to take care of it. You're saying, oh, these other people need to do this. I'm just getting a little bit of a blaming kind of energy here, that you may be very prone to, you know, blaming others and trying to control situations that are out of your control here, and you know, really putting your wishes external to yourself rather than manifesting from in here. You're trying to manifest these wishes, you know, from out here, something external to you. But we'll just clarify the whole message here. Virgo, biggest challenge for Virgo in July, please. Biggest challenge for Virgo in July. Looking at the long term, Virgo, the lily here, it is the card of emotional vulnerability. So, you know, you're very much really struggling to trust in the universe this month. But it's also, you know, really struggling to look at the long term. Look, you know, you want it all and you want it right now. You're very focused on right now, right here, right now, rather than what's actually best for me long term. Okay, so that might be a bit of a struggle for you this month. We do also have the fox and the whip here. So you are going to be struggling this month with intelligent conflict. Okay, so doing what you need to do, saying what you need to say when it comes to conflict is going to be a struggle for you. There may be a verbal, I'm getting for a lot of signs this month, there may be a verbal incident, like an argument, and you're really struggling to, you know, I'm just kind of getting that you're not being very smart about the way that you're arguing here. You may be trying to sort of trick, like not trick, but pull the wool over someone's eyes a little bit here, but they're kind of seeing straight through it. And, you know, so be very smart about any conflicts that you're entering into, and make sure you're coming from a very honest, truthful place, because people are going to see through you if you're not this month, Virgo. I'm kind of getting you might not be as clever as you think you are when it comes to verbal conflict this month, okay? And that the main thing is that you need to survive this conflict, because, you know, survival of conflict strengthens, you know, repairs. Whereas if you're allowing yourself to present as a bit sneaky or trickster, you know, people aren't going to trust you anymore, Virgo. So just be aware of that. People may be thinking that you're being a bit sneaky this month, and there may be a little bit of conflict about, Virgo, why are you being sneaky about something? Okay, so I'm just sort of feeling that for a lot of you, that phrase, Virgo, why are you being sneaky about this? Or what are you hiding? What aren't you saying? I'm kind of getting that sort of vibe coming through strongly here, Virgo. So that may be something you may be sort of getting into an argument with somebody about this month. Okay, but more than welcome to check your other placements, see if you can get a bit of deeper meaning on that one there, but also, you know, subscribe to the channel. I'm just going to pause quickly and then move over to Libra. Okay, so we will move on over to Libra. Okay, Libra, your biggest challenge for July. Libra's biggest challenge during July, please. Libra's biggest challenge in July. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Okay, so this is going to, I feel like this came up in your monthly reading as well, the ones that we've just uploaded during the week, Libra, that there is a big upcoming choice or decision that you're going to need to be making this month. And it does seem as though this is your biggest challenge. And also we have integration and union. So part of this challenge is going to be, how do I integrate this into my life? How do I make this decision? For some of you, keeping in mind the unions around you, whether that be, romantic union or integration with your family, friends, that sort of thing. How are we going to maintain relationships? I feel, depending on which choice I make here, you are sort of taking on board, and that may be part of the struggle, is how do I integrate, the relationships and the unions in my life into these two different options. I do feel, just intuitively, I am feeling that one choice is going to, be more union based, and taking those on board a lot more than the other, but the other may be the choice that you really want to make, and so you're kind of saying to yourself, how is this going to work? How can I make this choice if it means that this relationship with my family, my friends, my partner even, is going to be at risk? So this is going to be a bit of a challenge this month for you, Libra. In between these two Capricorn full moons, I did talk about this the other day. It is going to be a struggle for Libra. So, we will see how you go. But it was either the shadow work or the July reading for you, Libra, that this sort of issue has come up already. So you may want to check that one out as well. But we'll have a look with the lenormand here. Libra's biggest challenge in July. Libra's biggest challenge in July. Yeah, it's pretty much what I just said. We have the mice first and foremost, which stress. You're going to be stressed out about making this decision because there is potential loss of a union. We have the moon here as well, so you're feeling, that there is, depending on what choice you make, there may be, a lot of different emotions that you're working through with this. I feel as though your intuition is guiding you towards something that may. You may feel as though you're running the risk of losing something else if you make that decision. So it is going to be a stressful, emotional kind of a month for you, especially around this decision. All right. But we do see good news on the way, which is you sort of making the decision one way or another. And that there is a bit of a clue here that, that you're needing to make this decision relatively quickly as well. So you're sort of having to, make that choice and get up on that horse and ride off into the sunset down that path that you choose here. So this is going to be a bit of a challenge for you, Libra, to really, think this through without overstressing and whatnot as well. Okay, but follow your heart, follow your intuition, Libra. You can't go wrong if you're following your heart and intuition, even if it feels like it's wrong, even if it, results in some challenges and things like this. You've got this, okay? Follow your heart, Libra. Do what's right for you. All right, but more than welcome to check your other placements. You may get a bit of a deeper understanding of what's going on here, but subscribe to the channel as well, and we'll move on over to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, your biggest challenge for July. Scorpio's biggest challenge in July, please. Healing your inner child. Big challenge for you this month, Scorpio. There's some stuff coming up that, you may be struggling in your healing process during this month. You may be struggling to heal from some things that are popping up from your childhood, from your inner child wounds, those sorts of things, core foundational stuff. There may be some things that you may be really struggling to allow your inner child out and have it say, and be playful and free and all that good stuff. So you may just be at a bit of a hard point on your healing journey here during July. We do also see the Mars card, attraction and hot. So you may be struggling with an attraction to someone or something that you feel as though maybe it's not in your highest good, or with that healing process here as well, there may be something. You may be attracted to a toxic cycle that you have been sort of stuck in the past. You may be finding yourself struggling to, resist the temptation because you do find yourself very hot and bothered by that particular temptation, but you know that it's not the best for your healing journey. But we'll have a look with the lenormand here as well. Scorpio's biggest challenge in July. Scorpio's biggest challenge in July. Firstly, we have hurt. So yeah, that healing process, really struggling to release some of the burdens that you're carrying, really struggling to have faith that things are going to work out the way that they need to, struggling within your own spiritual self and having faith in yourself in general for a lot of you. We do see the clover as well. So that does sort of let me know that once again, with that attraction card as well, there may be this temptation to engage in kind of risky behaviors this month, things that are not good for your well-being, just sort of getting some impulsive, self-destructive kind of behaviors that you may be very tempted to engage in. So some risky behaviors there. We do also see the birds. So some of these risky things where you're putting yourself at risk may be involved with arguments. So you may be finding that you're very hot and fiery this month, Scorpio, and very prone to getting drawn into arguments this month, or conversations that bring up things that you're not entirely comfortable with, conversations that somehow put you at risk, conversations that somehow you're attracted to the self-sabotage and impulsive conversations that may not lead you where you actually want to be. So be aware of that this month, Scorpio, but you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. Biggest challenge for Sagittarius in July. Biggest challenge for Sagittarius in July. Okay, Sagittarius. We do have the air signs coming through here. So you may be struggling this month with a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarian. That is the air signs. You may just be struggling to, move like the breeze. I'm kind of just getting that energy with the air there. We do have truth and expression as well. So you may be really struggling to express your truth, to be honest, this month as well. Not being honest is not always, lying. Sometimes it's very much like just hiding your true self and expressing who you truly are, what you truly feel. You may just be struggling a little bit with that this month, Sagittarius, especially when it comes in with a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarian. Some of you may have strong placements in one of those as well, but we'll have a look with the lenormand here. Biggest challenges for Sagittarius in July. Biggest challenge for Sagittarius in July. Whew. Stuck. We have the anchor. Stuck, feeling weighed down. Something eating away at you here with the mice as well. Feeling very stuck with something or someone, stuck in how do I even express myself? How do I tell the truth? This is stressing me out. For a lot of you, it may have to do with something from your past, and there is also this energy here of the snake, which does show me that, for some of you, you may be deceiving yourself about this in some kind of a way. kind of telling yourself, it's okay, I don't need to express that, but you do. And that's why we're seeing the snake as well, because, you know, there does seem to be a little bit of self-deception coming through there. The temptation to not be truthful for some of you. For some of you, you out and out may be feeling the need to lie. Not always out and out lying as such, but it's just more so really struggling just expressing your own truth, I feel. So that may be a big struggle for you this month, Sagittarius, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements, you know, see if we can get a bit of extra light on that situation for you. For some reason, I feel like yours was, the message was very straightforward, but it didn't provide very many details. So I probably would recommend, you know, probably checking your rising sign or your Saturn. Okay, this month, Saturn heavy. Okay, in between the two Capricorn moons, and there's a lot going on, Saturn-based energy at the moment. So you may want to check out your Saturn placement here, Sagittarius, but subscribe to the channel, see what we can do for you. And for now, I will move on over to our Capricorns. Okay, Capricorn, your biggest challenge in July. Capricorn's biggest challenge in July. Capricorn's biggest challenge in July. Whoa, okay. I'll take both of those and one more. Okay, I'm not surprised by that third card that's come out. These two came out together. Okay, we have wish fulfillment. We have the Venus card, offer, a love offer. Okay, your wish regarding a love offer is one of your biggest challenges this month, Capricorn. So whatever that is that you're wanting to be offered to you in love this month, control and tactics, you may really struggle releasing the need to control this wish love offer, this desired love offer. It feels like this is something you're wanting, something that you truly desire, and it's got to do with a love offer, but you're struggling with the control. Okay, so trying to take too much control, trying to demand it happen right here, right now. I believe it was Virgo had a similar kind of energy going on here. You may be very tempted to manipulate a little bit this month, Capricorn. So just be really aware of that and try to release the need to control situations and let them unfold naturally around you. Easier said than done. I know. I'm a Capricorn as well. We do like to be in control. But if this is someone else's offer towards you and that's your wish come true, you have no control over somebody offering you something. Don't try to manipulate them into offering you something. Be very aware of that, Capricorn. You don't want to, you know, it's not earned if you are kind of forcing someone to do something. If you're pushing someone into offering something that they're not ready for, that's probably something that you're not going to want. It's not going to work out the way that you want it to. It's not actually going to result in wish fulfillment. Okay, so just be very aware of that, Capricorn. Okay, checking your lenormand as well. Biggest challenge for Capricorn in July. Biggest challenge for Capricorn in July. We have the Rider. That's you here, Capricorn, going right here, right now. Give me the good news. Hurry up. Hurry up and give me the good news. Once again, control, Capricorn. Show some self-restraint. Show some self-control. You cannot control somebody else. Sorry. we have the Tree. You're really struggling to be wise about this, to remember the fact that you have grown and changed and healed yourself, and you kind of, it feels like you're kind of trying to revert back a little bit here, Capricorn, going back into a past cycle. We have the Ring there as well. So once again, we're seeing that love relationship type stuff. You're trying to push a proposal kind of thing, but it's like a cycle. It's like it's a cycle that you've grown comfortable into, and you've grown out of this, Capricorn. You've matured. You're wiser than this. You've healed the need to control this stuff. So why are you still trying to rush it is what I'm kind of getting with that message for you, Capricorn. Sorry to be a little bit confronting there, Capricorn. The messages come through sometimes a little bit more harsher for some than others, but we all know it's because you can handle it, Capricorn. But that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll move over to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius's biggest challenge in July. Aquarius, your biggest challenge in July. That's obviously one of them. Guilt and sabotage. Self-sabotage. Sabotaging relationships. We have the Twin Flames card as well. One of our other signs got that. I think it might have been Cancer. Okay, got the Twin Flames card as well. So if you do have strong, I think it was Cancer placements, or Gemini. Somewhere earlier on in the reading, okay, one of the first couple of signs got that. It's not necessarily an actual twin flame. What I'm kind of picking up for you here, Aquarius, is that you're struggling with the guilt over self-sabotaging a past relationship, and you're kind of saying to yourself, what if that was a soulmate? What if that person, what if I was supposed, you say, what if? Why did I sabotage this connection? Feeling a bit of guilt about, releasing or sabotaging a connection in the past. I feel like for a lot of you, it wasn't actually a twin flame connection. Okay. I'm just getting this energy of you pushing somebody away in the past, and now you're sort of feeling a bit of guilt over doing that, feeling like, what if that was my person and I pushed them away and I told them to F off, and, that might have been my person. But I don't actually feel like it was. Just intuitively there, I'm just letting you know, I don't think that they actually were a soulmate for you, Aquarius. Or if they were, it may have been a karmic situation rather than a true soulmate. Aquarius. But with the Twin Flames card, lo and behold, it's obviously some sort of, love relationship in the past for a lot of you here. Okay, but Aquarius's biggest challenge in July. Aquarius's biggest challenge in July. So just dealing with some, once again, self-sabotage. We have the Clover. Self-sabotage, maybe possibly engaging in risky behaviors, self-sabotaging behaviors, impulsive behaviors with that Clover. So be on your guard against that sort of stuff. I'm also getting here, I did get the Clover for, I believe it was Taurus, and it's coming through with the same message for you. Be careful of what you're risking financially as well. So be careful of gambling as well. Be careful of making bad investments. At this time, you may actually be self-sabotaging yourself by investing in the wrong things at the moment. We do have the Ship as well. So there may be a bit of a challenge for you at the moment with closing some sort of distance. You may be finding yourself unable to travel somewhere that you want to travel, or that you you need to travel this month. But, you know, your biggest challenge this month, Aquarius. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. You. We have the you card. Your biggest challenge this month is yourself. Self-sabotage. Okay. Once again, risky behaviors, impulsive behaviors, self-sabotaging behaviors. Really, really watching out for that stuff this month, Aquarius. I hate to be so front on about it, but your biggest challenge this month is you yourself. Okay. You are more than welcome to check your other placements. You know, I am suggesting your Saturn sign or your rising sign during this reading. But you know, please subscribe to the channel. We did have that shadow work reading recently. There may be something for you in that. But moving on to Pisces. Pisces, your biggest challenge in July, Pisces. Pisces' biggest challenge in July. Okay, so we have, these two came out together, okay? So we've got regret and repression, the present energy, gratitude, abundant. So the regret and the things that you're repressing, you're not grateful. This sounds a bit harsh, Pisces, but there's something that you're not being grateful for in the present, that you're, you know, you're repressing. It's kind of like you're choosing to feel regret instead of gratitude. Okay, you need to be focusing on gratitude, but instead you're just regretting. So rather than, like, especially when we see regret and repression, that does look back at, you know, things from the past a little bit here. So rather than being in the present, you're in the past. You're stuck in the past a little bit here, Pisces. That you are when you're looking back at the past, you're just seeing regret, and you're seeing the things that you're trying to hide from, rather than looking back and having gratitude for learning the lessons, looking back and having gratitude for the positive things that have happened in your past. You're kind of only seeing the negative things. So really focusing on that this month for you here, Pisces. We do also see nurture and compassion. Okay. And that's to do with yourself. You're not being compassionate enough towards yourself and your past self. Okay, so you need to really be nurturing yourself a little bit more this month. Be a little bit more compassionate towards yourself. Have gratitude for, you know, how far you've come, where you've been, the good things that you've experienced in this life, instead of focusing on the things you regret, or the negative things that you've experienced in this life. Have a bit more compassion for yourself when it comes to all that negative stuff that you regret. Those regrets, okay? I didn't. I shoulda, I coulda, I didn't. I'm getting as well here, Pisces, but compassion for you, all right? Pisces, biggest challenge for Pisces in July. Biggest challenge for Pisces in July. Once again, getting multiple cards for you here, Pisces. I do have the Crossroads and the Garden have come out together. So straight away, that's telling me that you are being challenged this month with, you know, choosing to be more social, choosing to get out and spend time with friends or family or loved ones, or, you know, go out for coffee, meet up with a friend. You're struggling to choose to be more social, to get out of the house. Okay. I know that may not resonate for everybody. I'm feeling, I'm actually getting right now, I'm high to my biggest Pisces commenter, she knows who she is, and we both know that she never ever struggles with getting out of the house and going and hanging out with friends and things like that. Very social butterfly Pisces, but for her particular scenario, we're focusing more on getting out and doing things that actually nurture you, and show gratitude for the past. Okay, so when you're getting out and about and being that social, beautiful little butterfly that you are, make sure you're showing gratitude and having conversations with people about gratitude and about because we do have the birds there as well, which is conversation. So choosing to open up a little bit more, meet compromise, and show people a little bit more when it comes to the conversations that you're having. We do also see hurt, which is the cross in the traditional deck, which is talks about your spiritual side. I know, once again, Pisces, that's not usually an issue for you, but with that hurt energy, it's talking about some of the burdens that you've been carrying. So, for a lot of you, this is like talking about your ish. Instead of holding it all inside and regretting it and focusing on the negative stuff, help yourself by talking through the hurt. Rather than focusing on the hurt in here, get it out, talk about it, meet up with a friend and talk about, this is what's hurt me, but do you know what? This was a good thing too. This happened, talking about the past in a different sense and talking about, the things I want to focus on in the future and the present. How, talking about how I can nurture myself. How can I asking for advice? How can I be more compassionate towards myself with this specific hurt? Okay, with this specific burden that I've been carrying, that I've been, holding on to for a long time here. So, for some of you, this is even, it's calling out, the need for professional help and professional advice as well. So don't be afraid to seek therapy, guys. Therapy is amazing, especially if you've got my shrink. She's lovely. She's like the best shrink in the world, not gonna lie. But therapy is really good. Like, even if you think that you're totally fine, everyone can benefit from having someone to talk to and be honest with, and be crazy, let it out a bit. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? You can get locked up. No, jokes, Pisces. Okay, but make sure you are really trying to focus on the positive and the things that you're grateful for in the present, rather than allowing yourself to focus yourself on the past. Okay, I feel like for you, Pisces, if you're focusing on it up here in the past stuff, if it's up here, no. If it's out here, okay. As long as we're talking it through with somebody and trying to work out how we can, be grateful for the present, be grateful that that is not part of my life anymore. All right. So that seems to be important for you, choosing to get out and talk about things with people this month, Pisces. But that's what we've got for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. I am suggesting your rising or your Saturn placements in this reading, being in between the two Capricorn full moons. Saturn placements are very heavy at the moment, so there's a lot to learn from those Saturn placements, but that's what we've got, and hopefully I will see you all again very soon.